Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of September 2018. Aries, the first thing I noticed about your tarot reading this month was there's a lot of threes happening here. You got the Three of Pentacles, you got the Three of Cups, and you got the Three of Swords. So, I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, it's like I don't feel that all Aries have especially with the Three of Swords here, I don't feel that all Aries have three-way love situations going on, but some of you might, and some of you might not know it. So maybe like you're with somebody who maybe they like somebody else, or potentially you are the one, if you're in a relationship already, maybe you're the one that likes somebody else. So I'm not saying that that's definite for all of you, but some of you definitely have more than one love interest. So once again, if you're coupled up, then, maybe you do have somebody on the side, or, if you don't have somebody on the side, maybe you're just like attracted to somebody else. Or if it's not you, then it might be whoever you're with. Maybe they like somebody else. Or, more specifically for a few of you, whoever you're with might be, they might have somebody else on the side. So, once again, I'm not saying that's definite for all of you, but for some of you, yes. Now, if you're single, with all these threes, I mean, I would say that you probably are interested in more than one person. So that's how that's resonating. And your central energy this month is the Ace of Wands. So that's you, Aries. That's your energy. Wand energy is fire energy, and you're a fire sign. So the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So you are a fire sign. This is a great central energy to have, Aries. That's your energy. And, this is the energy of a new beginning. And it's really amazing that the Ace of Wands came out of the deck as your central energy for the month of September 2018, because you have a full moon in your sign on September 24th. So that might precipitate a new beginning for some of you guys. And, this could have to do with any aspect of your life, really. And what's interesting is you also have a new moon in your sector of work on September 9th. So, some of you might have something new about your work coming in. It doesn't necessarily mean that all Aries are going to get up and jump ship when it comes to what they do for work, but you might have something new that's going to be integrated into your current role, maybe. Or, if you are looking to make a job-related move, then, following September 9th, that would be the time to start thinking about it when that new moon hits in your sector of work. That new moon on September 9th also has to do with your daily process. And, it's interesting because you have this Ace of Wands energy right at the center, and Ace of Wands it could be a new beginning for some of you. So, maybe integrating something new into your daily process following this new moon on September 9th. For others of you, this might have to do with your health, or, potentially fitness or dieting. So the way a new moon works is the 6 months that follow that new moon, you will see these new developments start to come to fruition in your life. But let's get back to your tarot reading here. So once again, for your central energy, you have the Ace of Wands. Now for challenges this month, you have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. So there's conflict that is, you're going to have. Seven of Wands is conflict, but, I feel that, with the Three of Cups, it's like, maybe the conflict for some of you is because of, some kind of three-way situation that's going on. It could have to do with your love life. Maybe for others of you, it could have to do with business. But there's some kind of conflict, maybe because of a three-way situation. That might be the explanation for it. Now, for others of you, Three of Cups would be like, if you look at the Three of Cups, it's like, they're cheersing, they're partying, they're having a good time. I don't know if maybe some of you are going to get to party like the way you want to, or, have those celebratory good times in the month of September 2018 like you want to. I'm not saying that you're not going to, but maybe some of you might want to, and maybe just, who knows, maybe you're just busy with work. You do have that new moon in your sector of work that's going to be resonating throughout the month of September 9th, or excuse me, but throughout the month of September 2018. And the top of your chart, or excuse me, the top of the board here is what your destiny is for the month of September 2018 specifically. And just remember that these cards are specifically for the month of September 2018. So when I do the reading next month for October, I'm going to shuffle the cards again, and your destiny for that month could be completely different. But your destiny for the month of September 2018 is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and it's also the Eight of Cups upright. And I really wish that the Wheel of Fortune would have came out in the upright. That would have been a lot better, because when the Wheel of Fortune comes out in the upright, that would suggest good luck. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it's like I really wish it would have came out in the upright position. But regardless, the Wheel of Fortune would suggest potentially some of you might reach a turning point of some sort. So I'm not saying that all of you will, but this could have to do with it's interesting because the wheel is turning, and we have retrograding planets that are going to be going direct in we got Saturn, which is going to be going direct on September 6th, and then we've got Pluto, which is going to be going direct on September 30th, and they're both in your sector of career. So, there could be a turning point or change of direction of some sort, maybe regarding your career. I mean, retrograding planets in your sector of career would suggest some kind of delay. So, maybe something can get off the ground now. The wheel is turning. So, maybe something can go forward now in your sector of career, something professional maybe going forward. Now, with the Eight of Cups in the upright position, it would suggest that maybe some of you you're going to have some moments where, I'm not saying all of you are, but, some of you might have some moments throughout the month of September 2018 where you feel like you're drifting a little bit, like it's a little bit of like, your disappointment about something, or maybe some kind of despair. And I don't think that's going to resonate for all of you, but that is coming out. So, if there is something in your life that you're disappointed about, then there's the card that would suggest it right there. Now, for your distant past, you have the Six of Wands in the upright, which suggests that maybe some of you were publicly known for something in the past. And I'm not saying like publicly known, but whoever, like people who know you, your community, or whoever, maybe you were known for something in your distant past, or others of you might have had some kind of victory in your distant past. And it would be nice if maybe some of that energy could come back a little bit in the month of September, because sometimes when this past position cards show up, it's like, it's either just indicative of what happened in your distant past. Here's the recent past, here's the distant past. But, other times it's energy that could be coming back. And, maybe with this full moon that you have in your sign precipitating a new beginning, or, that could really, like, the full moon is so bright. It's like a big spotlight, and it could really be shining its light on you. So maybe this is, you really being the center of attention potentially for some of you. And I know you Aries like to be the center of attention sometimes. And we got the Three of Pentacles here, which is in the recent past position. So, here we go again with the three-way situation. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over, I guess. But, like I said, some of you guys might have some three-way love situations going on. And, for others of you, this is more about teamwork maybe. So, maybe in the recent past, he did do something with a small group of people potentially, or for others of you, this is more about teaching or learning. So, some of you are on the learning side of things. Maybe you were learning something recently, or, more specifically, others of you could be the holder of the knowledge, and you're the one that's conveying the knowledge to others. And this card would be indicative of that. And like I said, sometimes with these past cards, that energy does come back sometimes in the month that it shows up for, but it's not definite. It could just be indicative of the recent past for you. Now, this is a great card. You have the King of Pentacles as your near future, and that's financial security, that's abundance, that's power. I mean, you Aries are powerful people. Some of you are pretty powerful, and this is also can be controlled too, so you just got to watch a little bit with that. But those are good qualities. I mean, especially with the self-sufficiency, financial some of you have financial self-sufficiency, or if you don't, you're going towards it, or you have the ability to be financially self-sufficient, and that's a great quality. For others of you, this might be something about an earth sign. So, I'd say especially if you're a single Aries, an earth sign would be a good match for you. So who are the earth signs? They are Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So, if you're single, keep your eyes open for a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. And I know it's a King of Pentacles. It's a man on the card. But if you're not familiar with tarot, then, you probably don't know that. It doesn't matter what gender's on the card. It just matters what the suit is. So it's the suit of Pentacles. Regardless I know it's a King of Pentacles, but regardless if it's a King of Pentacles, it could be a man or a woman, and they are definitely an earth sign, and they're either a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. Could be a great match for you, Aries. So keep your eyes out for that. And right down here we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse, and the swords are going through the heart. So somebody, grieving a little bit about love situation. I know some of you Aries, I'd say Aries who are, fallen out of, or had falling outs in your love situation. Like if you're like maybe you were with somebody, and this is only for a few of you, but, maybe Aries, if you were with somebody and now you're not with somebody, but maybe some of you just can't let go. It's like, you just got to let go. But this could be the sword through your heart. You're holding on to that, and that's a little bit where this disappointment energy is coming from with the Eight of Cups for a few of you, and that's not definite for all of you. Others of you, you like somebody else. I mean, you're with somebody, but you like somebody else. 1, 2, 3. You, your SO, and somebody else. And, if it's not you that likes somebody else, then maybe your significant other likes somebody else, or you're the single one and you have these, a couple different options here. So that's going to resonate differently for each of you. Now, the part of the board that shows how you're influenced by society, or how society influences you, or potentially perceives you, you have the Justice card in reverse. So, some of you would maybe feel like you're being treated unfairly. This Justice card has a lot to do with fairness. And maybe you feel like an injustice has been done to you, or, potentially society is perceiving that way, or, maybe a few of you have something legal going on potentially, or, look at the scales here. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra. So that's very specific. All right. Not all Aries are dealing with Libras, but, some of you Aries could be dealing with a Libra, and the fact that it's, the card is upside down would suggest that, maybe this person's giving you a little bit of a challenge. Very specifically, I'm going to jump to life path numbers for a second, because I made the discovery of how to use life path numbers in tarot. So if you start seeing other tarot readers talking about life path numbers in their tarot readings, they got it from me, because no one ever discovered this before. I watched so many tarot videos. No, I've never seen any tarot readers talk about life path numbers in tarot reading, because I made the discovery. And, if you want to understand, here's life path number 5, 3, and 11 are showing up on the board here for you. And if you want to understand, how to use someone's date of birth to get their life path number, then just go to your YouTube search bar, type my name in, Gregory Furlan, and how to use life path numbers with tarot. So Gregory Furlan, how to use life path numbers with tarot. Watch the tutorial that I recorded about you can take someone's date of birth. If you're curious to know if anybody in your life has the life path number 11, 3, or 5, which is showing up for you this month, or they could be you potentially. Maybe you have the life path number 11, maybe you have the life path number 3 or 5, or somebody else in your life. Go to my tutorial video and check it out. I explain how to use the date of birth to get the life path number. But let's get back to your tarot reading here. So, very specifically, somebody who has the life path number 11 could be in your life. And maybe that person's being a little bit difficult because the card's in reverse. Or it could be you. So maybe you have the life path number 11. Right above that, you have the Empress card, which is in the reverse. And, it's interesting because where the Empress card is it's on the part of the board that has to do with your hopes and your fears. And it's interesting because the energies between these two cards are kind of contradicting because, this is the actual reality. You're going towards financial self-sufficiency. This would suggest that you have a fear about it. It's like you have a fear that you're not going to have abundance, where this says you're going towards it. So just remember, this is just a fear. So this is your hopes and fears. You hope that you'll have abundance, but you fear that you won't. But here it says that that's what you're going towards. You're going towards financial self-sufficiency, and that's great, Aries. Now, for others of you, very specifically, this could be some kind of issue. This is really specific. This is obviously not going to resonate for all of you, but there could be some kind of issue with a pregnancy potentially. So some of you might have some kind of problem with I hate to say that, but sometimes when the Empress card comes out, it would suggest something about a pregnancy maybe for some of you. And that's very specific. That's not all Aries are dealing with pregnancy issues or anything of the sorts. Now, this also would suggest, some of you Aries are, you're like really creative people. And that's where it comes back to the wand energy. So, the wands are very creative. It's all about creativity. And with the Empress card in the reverse, there's a challenge with creativity. Like some of you are having a creative block potentially in the month of September 2018. And if you tie that to what you're doing in your work, in your career, then you could blame that on Saturn, because Saturn is restrictive. So Saturn just kind of creates blockages and stoppages, and just really can be a pain in the ass when it comes Saturn is very gradual. So Saturn's going to be in your sector of career until December 2020. So it may make things a little bit more difficult in your career until December 2020. The work is going to be hard, but there might be something that's gradually developing that's in your career, and it's going to be long lasting. So you're really building. Some of you are just really, over the next few years until December 2020, while Saturn's in your sector of career, some of you are really going to be building some kind of long-standing structure, something that can last well into the future when it comes to your professional life. And your outcome for the month of September 2018, Aries, is the Hierophant in reverse. So this would suggest that, so here's your audience and here's you, and maybe some of you aren't getting your message, because the Hierophant's about communicate, he wants to deliver that message to the audience. So, with the fact that it's in the reverse, maybe your message isn't getting out the way you want it to. So I'm not saying that's definitely how it's going to resonate, but for some of you, maybe. Now, for others of you, this could be that, potentially you're challenging the status quo. All right. So you have some kind of going against the grain idea. And sometimes that's good, Aries. It's good to challenge the status quo. It's good because that's how you can separate yourself from the rest. You can give yourself a competitive advantage maybe for some sort. And, very specifically for a few of you, I'd say this is your rejection of traditional religion. So some of you aren't, some of you aren't really into traditional religion, and, with the Hierophant being in the reverse, that would suggest that. And very specifically, this could be somebody who's life path number 5 in your life, or maybe it's you. So once again, do the go to the tutorial I recorded. I gave you the information already, and use someone's date of birth or use your date of birth to figure out if you're, maybe somebody in your life is life path number 5, or maybe it's you. So that's you showing up there. The fact that it's upside down, if it is somebody who's life path number 5, the fact that it's upside down, you might have a little bit of a difficulty with this person. If you're the life path number 5, which is very specific, that's extremely specific, then maybe you're having a little bit of a self-challenge. All right, so that's your reading, Aries, for the month of September 2018. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. If you're into reading daily astrology, I do write it. And I post daily astrology on my Instagram page every day. It's Gregory Furlan Astrology. So head there, check me out there, follow me there. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.